What is this thing you keep drinking every time you come in here?
Oh, this is called Magic Mind. It's like an alternative to drinking coffee. It gives you clean energy without the crash and the jitters, and it's made of like natural clean ingredients. It tastes so good. It just helps me to focus, you know. Do you want to try some?
I don't know. How does it taste?
It tastes really good. It just tastes like you're drinking a green juice. And I love the fact that I don't have to have like 10 cups of coffee. This is enough for the whole day. You want some? You know what? I'll bring you some next time. How about that?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Wait, are you rolling?
Yeah, the camera's on. It's been on.
Well, all right then. Good morning, gorgeous. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Michelle Daff. I'm so happy that you're here. Today, we are talking about how to get into your feminine mode when you work a masculine job. This is a question I've received from so many of you, how to be in your feminine energy when you don't feel very feminine because of the job that you work. So I want you to go ahead and sit back, relax, get something to drink, get something to write with, and let's talk about this. So I have received lots of messages from you ladies telling me that you work jobs where you just do not feel feminine. You have lots of responsibilities put on you. Some of you work jobs where you are doing physical manual labor. Some of you have jobs where you are always fighting and you are always answering and solving problems that you just cannot be in your feminine mode. And it bothers you because you actually feel like a feminine woman, or you really want to be a feminine woman, but it seems like what you're doing on a day-to-day is going directly against your femininity. And this is normal in a sense that we cannot always be in our feminine mode. And we sometimes do have to work certain jobs that we don't want to work, but it's what we have to do in this season of our lives. And I don't want you to feel like because you work a certain kind of job, because you have to wear a certain kind of uniform, because you have certain responsibilities, that you're not a feminine woman. You are a feminine woman, and most of that is really based on the way that you conduct yourself, how you behave, you know, what you actually do with your life and with your personality and with your time. But these are some ways that you can implement feminine behaviors, feminine routines, just little things that can help you to stay in your feminine mode when you're outside of work. Now, some of you work jobs where you are asked to do things that are very masculine, or maybe you work somewhere like the airport and you have to wear this uniform that's very masculine, right? You can still do things to make yourself look feminine in those jobs. Like you can style your hair in a feminine hairstyle. If you can't really have your hair out, you can do your makeup. You can wear makeup and that makes you look more feminine. But if you have a job where you absolutely cannot wear makeup, you can't do your hair, you can't do any of those things, maybe you have a whole mask over your face, it still comes out in the way that you speak. You know, your voice is something that you can control. How you listen to people, how kind you are to people, what you do for your workplace. If you are in a position to maybe bring donuts or bring bagels or do things to show that you care and that you're gracious for the people that you work with, that's all part of being feminine. You can also do things like just your natural gestures, the way that you move, the way that you sit, the way that you walk, your behaviors when you're eating, the things that you decide you're not going to talk about. If you work with mostly men and they're talking about a lot of disgusting things or disrespectful things, choosing not to be part of those conversations and just excusing yourself and saying, you know, I'm a lady. You know, we don't talk about things like that. I don't discuss these kinds of things. I don't participate in such conversations. You know, you can separate yourself and let it be known that you're not that kind of woman. You're not one of the boys. You're not trying to be. You are set apart. And that really just comes from the way that you present yourself and the standards that you put upon yourself and the boundaries that you put around yourself in terms of what you will and won't participate in. But some other practical things you can do are things like on your way home from work. One thing that can really help you to get in your feminine mode is by listening to feminine music. As you're driving home from work, not listening to things like the news, rap music, loud heavy metal music, things that are just going to like create chaos in your car, but listening to music that is soft, that is pleasant, that is feminine. You can listen to classical music, jazz music, honestly, any genre can have music that is relaxing, but certain music can just help you to feel more like a woman. And that's the kind of music that I would listen to on your drive home. It doesn't even have to have lyrics, it could just be a melody. But that relaxation, that transition is a reminder that this is who you are. You're not your job title, you're not your job. And some of us feel like we are. Whatever we do, we feel like that's who we are, and it's not who you are. And that transition can help you sort of take that off. So listen to beautiful feminine music, soft music, relaxing music, godly music. All of that will help feed your femininity. Once you get home, something that can also help you is dancing. Moving your body is one of the most feminine things that you can do to help you really tap into your womanhood. So what I used to do when I worked a really high powered job, I was very tired at the end of the day. I would come home and I just wanted to take everything off. And that's exactly what I would do. I would literally be taking things off as I was walking through the door because I just wanted to be free of my work attire and of my work lifestyle and just come home and be in my serene space. And in that, I would have music going and I would start dancing. Whether I'm dancing in my underwear, I'm dancing in a silk pajama set, whatever I'm doing, I am moving. And that movement just helped me to just kind of shed some of that stuff that was on me throughout the day. And you might be like, girl, I have 4 kids. I don't have time to be coming home and taking my clothes off and dancing. Well, you do have time to at least change, at least take your clothes off and transition into a different mode. So if you have your children and they're waiting on you for dinner or whatever, you can set them down, give them a snack and say, I'm gonna go change. And you go into your bathroom or in your bedroom, take off your work clothes. Don't keep your work clothes on until it's time for you to go to sleep. Take it off immediately. Slip into something cozy, something that feels good on your body, whether it's your pajamas or just like a velour set or some silk robe, whatever it is that makes you feel good and that just sort of like hugs your body or makes you feel soft. Put that on. And while you're changing, play some music, even if it's just a 4-minute song on your phone, and dance. And get into your feminine mode, spray some perfume, feel and smell pretty. This is a mental shift that your mind is gonna do to say, okay, I am stepping into something else. This is my serenity. This is who I am. If you're single and you don't have children or a husband or anything, you have it all. You can literally go home, light a candle, turn the light to make them really dim and just enjoy. Drink a nice cold cup of cucumber water and lemon and, just relax. And in that time, you can figure out what you're gonna do for the evening. Moving your body is such a powerful way of getting you into your feminine mode. Some of you enjoy taking like a dance class. I would recommend that. If you're working a job where you are standing behind a desk all day, sitting behind a phone, answering angry customers, doing these things that just make you feel heavy and negative and, just not yourself. This is not who you want to be, then go somewhere to release that. Go somewhere to dance, take a ballet class, take a jazz class, take something that you like, some kind of dance that you're interested in, and enjoy that time of movement and of beautiful feminine connections. It's also really important that if you work a job where you feel very masculine, that you have other things in your life that you can be feminine in. Whether that's you meeting up with your girlfriends, like actually being intentional and saying, this month I'm going to have brunch with one person. Next month I'm going to have dinner with one person. Not just letting things kind of fly by. Oh, hey girl, you busy? Oh no, I'm free. Oh wait, I gotta cancel. And then it never happens, right? But actually being intentional, planning out your weekends, planning out one day of the month where you can go out and have a connection with another woman and laugh and eat and talk and walk and enjoy life. This fuels your femininity. This helps you to feel more graceful. It helps you to feel like a woman. And if you're single, you can also go on dates, and that helps you feel very feminine if you work a masculine job. Go out and meet new people. Go out somewhere and just be more flirtatious. Just be more willing to interact with a man in a way where you're not doing something for him. You're just being yourself. You're just being in your beauty, and you're letting someone just dote all over you. Allow yourself to have those moments. Don't get so caught up in feeling like you are a certain kind of person because you work a certain kind of job. Okay, it is so important that you don't bring your job personality into your home, into your marriage, into your dating relationships, and into your friendships. Because I have received comments, messages, emails about women who are friends with other women, but those friends make them feel masculine because they're really feminine girls. And when women are really feminine, unfortunately, sometimes if they're not aware of it, they can actually push you into masculine behavior. You're the one like figuring out where you're gonna eat. You're the one making all the decisions. You're the one maybe even paying for their meal, or like, it's like you're out with a woman, but it might as well be a man because this person is pushing you into this masculine mode. And that can really happen if you're not aware of your own femininity, if you're not able to put some of that back onto that person, if you're not looking at yourself as a feminine woman, if you're so, just overtaken by their beauty and their femininity, and you are not even like aware that you're so happy to be in their presence that you're not paying attention to yourself. That's how you end up getting pushed into being masculine with another feminine woman. And you don't want that. You want to take all of that stuff off. It's also really important that if you're someone who works a very masculine job and you're out at an event and they are doing certain things there that you do at your job, like you are the manager, you're the lead attorney, you're the lead physician, you're used to calling all the shots and making sure this is here and that is there, and you're in that kind of environment, but you're not at work, it is so important for you to learn how to just take a step back and let the people who organized it handle it. Or you can ask if they need help. And if they do need help, you help, but you don't take over. You don't start calling the shots. You don't start dominating. You learn how to let other people do the roles that you normally do, especially if they are manual labor roles. If you're somewhere where there are men and they're moving the ice chest and they're moving furniture, or they're like climbing up something to get something down, you don't say, oh yeah, let me go ahead and do it. No, that is a perfect time for you to rest in your femininity and say, yeah, I know at work I handle the trash, but I'm not at work, am I? And you say it to yourself and you just sit back and you let other people handle that responsibility, people who are more suited for it, regardless of the fact that you can do it. That's the whole idea behind this, is that yes, you can do it, but you're not going to do it because you are nurturing your feminine side. You're always in that masculine role. You have to have time to pour back into your femininity. So being aware of when you're in situations where you are being like tempted to step into whatever role you step into at work and allowing other people to do it. It is such a wonderful thing to be able to resist that temptation to be in control and allow other people to do it. So the very last thing I'll say, because I don't want this to be too long, I feel like sometimes I give you way too many tips in one video and it can be overwhelming. The last thing I'll say in terms of you being in your femininity when you work a masculine job is finding one day of the week where you force yourself to be in your feminine. So what that can mean is that maybe you go to church on Sundays. That's a perfect time, right? You go to church every Sunday. And during that time, you decide on Sundays, I'm going to dress feminine. I'm going to be in a dress. I'm going to wear heels. I'm going to wear makeup. I'm going to do my hair. You are saying that you are going to do this every single week. This helps you to stay in your femininity. Otherwise, your whole closet is going to be full of manly clothes. You're going to stop wearing all the makeup that you purchased, and you may even forget how to do your makeup. You won't care anymore about the way you look, about the way you act, because you're so used to what you do on a 9 to 5. And it's so important for your children. It's not just you. If you are a mother, you have your daughters and your sons looking at you, and you don't want them to feel like they have two dads or no dad. They only have a mom who is not really like a mom because she acts so rough and masculine, because she's always being that person that she is at work. You are not your job. So when you come home, your children need to see that you are a feminine woman. This will help her to be a feminine woman. This will help him to be a more masculine man and marry a feminine woman. This will bring that nurture and that love and that joy and that beauty into your home that your home needs. So choose one day of the week and decide this is a day that you are going to honor your femininity, and wear a feminine outfit, put on some makeup, do your hair, look and smell beautiful, and you'll see what a big difference it makes with yourself. Again, church is a really great way to do this, but it doesn't have to be church. It could be a weekly meeting that you have. It could be you taking your children to soccer practice, but you dress very feminine. It could be you going to a coffee shop before work once a week. It could be you deciding that after work once a week, you're going to go to a certain location for dinner and you're going to dress up and be feminine. It could be a date night that you have every week with your husband. Regardless of what it is, just be consistent and make sure it's happening every single week so that you do not lose yourself. You do not lose your femininity. You do not lose your womanhood. So I hope that this video was helpful to you and just having you reframe your thoughts and think about ways that you can be more feminine when you work a masculine job. I thank you so much for being here with me. I thank you so much for your love, your support, your time, and I hope that in all things you do, that you make a feminine impression, even with a masculine job. Bye-bye.